Being in debt is bad enough, but you know you're in trouble when you're on the hook to a loan shark. Rates are through the roof, and if you can't pay, watch out. Now, if you only know loan sharks through their movie roles, you might think they're nothing more than a bunch of heartless thugs. But for a more complex portrait of the loan shark, DNTO's Sean Springer's dropped by to recommend 3 films unique in their ability to put a human face on an otherwise inhumane profession.
In Get Shorty, John Travolta plays Chili Palmer, a Shylock with no compassion for those poor fools who turn to him for help.
Look at me. You see, you're not a person to me. You're an entry in my book. That's all. You're just a guy who owes me money.
But unlike the stereotypical loan shark, Chili actually feels like a real person. He displays a tender side, even if it is reserved mainly for his favorite movie characters.
That's the second bullet I stopped for you.
That's the second bullet I stopped for you.
In fact, Chili proves to be no different from any successful human being. After a series of accidents lands him in Los Angeles, he embarks on a new career.
I'm going into the movie business. I'm thinking about producing.
Proving that a loan shark's brusque manner matches well with any successful enterprise.
It says here you're getting Martin Weir for the part of Lovejoy.
That's right, we're getting Martin.
Come on. How are you going to do that?
I'm going to take a gun, I'm going to put it to his head, and I'm going to say, sign the papers, Martin, or you're dead.
Of course, not everyone becomes a loan shark intending to dominate his fellow man. In the 2004 film adaptation of Merchant of Venice, Al Pacino plays Shylock. As a Jew, Shylock has few options but to become, well, an actual Shylock. Since the laws of 16th century Venice prohibit any Jew from owning property, he's forced into practicing usury, the lending of money at interest. And for simply making a living, Shylock must endure the scorn of Christians.
Fair, sir. You spat on me on Wednesday last. You spurned me such a day. Another time, you called me dog.
One hypocritical Christian named Antonio scorns Shylock, then later begs for a loan, which just goes to show that loan sharks offer a valuable social service.
Well, it now appears you need my help.
Like a lot of loan sharks, Shylock resorts to violence. And yet, Shakespeare humanizes Shylock, reminding us that his brutality arises from an understandable craving for revenge.
If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge? If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be? By Christian example. Why revenge? The villainy you teach me, I will execute.
Granted, not all loan sharks experience religious persecution. In fact, many prey on the poor judgment of those desperate for help, teasing them with lines like,
"Supposing I granted you your dearest wish here and now."
For a loan shark of this kind, look no further than Satan himself, personified by Peter Cook in the 1967 version of Bedazzled.
I'm the horned one, the devil. Let me give you my card.
The devil is the ultimate loan shark, only he doesn't deal in money.
It's a standard contract. Gives you 7 wishes in accordance with the mystic rules of life. All I want from you is something you probably don't even realize you have. I'm talking about your soul.
Even so, Bedazzled suggests that the loan shark isn't evil. He may bear the title of Satan, but we discover that this Shylock has only become his devilish self out of rebellion against paternal authority.
I only wanted to be like him and have a few angels adoring me. He didn't see it like that. Pride, he called it. Sin of pride.
And so, it would seem that all loan sharks, even the most devilish of all, wind up resembling the rest of us, a hapless product of a mixed-up society.
I knew you weren't all bad.
Of course not. I've just been thoroughly misunderstood.
For DNTO, I'm Sean Springer.
Thanks, Sean. This is DNTO ruminating over that all